about my 2001 Volkswagen Jetta 1.8T Wolfsburg edition. I got this car 2 years ago in the middle of my sophomore year, and I haven't really done much to it. I've changed the grille. The car was repainted I believe last March, because I wanted to get rid of some of the rust and stuff on it. And I bought the car with 112,000 miles, and I put around 11,000 miles on the car. So recently, I installed Box springs and Bilstein shocks, and it lowered the car about 1.3 inches. And because where I live in Rhode Island, the roads are really bad, I didn't want to slam the car because I didn't want to be riding around like this all the time, and I didn't want the car to be too low because I would scrape on potholes and whatnot. So I lowered the car 1.3 inches, and it's drastically changed the handling of the car. I mean, before, with the stock suspension, the car handled well, and this car is a really, really rigid chassis, and it goes through bends unbelievably. But now with the new shocks and springs, it's just, the handling is unreal. I can't really push the car that much because it has snow tires on it right now, but when it comes probably to the end of March, I have another set of rims. I have OZ wheels for this car, and I will put those wheels on the car, and they have Dunlop Sport summer tires on it. I can't remember the name. I can put it in the description, the tires that I have. And that'll be a lot of fun, because then I can really push the car in the corners and see how well it handles. But even with the snow tires, I mean, they're very they don't have a lot of, I don't know how to describe it, grip. The grip is not that good with snow tires. But even with the snow tires installed on the car and the new suspension, it just handles unbelievably. So on my other YouTube videos, a lot of them are like more of an announcer style type video, where I stand in front of the car and I talk about the engine and I talk about different aspects of the car that I really like. But now I'm starting to do more of an automotive journalism type video, because I just purchased a GoPro, and I want to be able to use it in the car and drive and talk to you guys at the same time. The engine in this car is a 1.8 liter turbocharged inline 4, developing around 150 horsepower and around 160 foot-pounds of torque. Being that this car is a little bit lighter, that power is enough for this car. It's not a fast car, but it does its job. Eventually, I would like to put an exhaust on the car, just to give it a little bit more noise and, have a little bit more fun with the car. But it's a very comfortable car. It's very quiet. It's very, the seats are very comfortable. The interior is nice too. It's everything is black. I like that, apart from the gray on the seats here. But they're bolstered nicely, and they hold you in tight curves. This car is a 5-speed manual transmission. I love to drive manual transmissions. I'm a diehard for manuals. But the transmission on this car it's very nice, it's very smooth, it's easy to drive. The only complaint I have about it is the clutch pedal. If you've driven Volkswagens, you know what I'm talking about, that the clutch travel is very long. It's a high clutch travel. And personally, okay, when you're just driving normally, it's not that bad. But if you want to do, more of a spirited drive, a long clutch pedal doesn't really help you that much, because it doesn't make your shifting times as fast. Now, with the 2001 and 2001 Volkswagen Jetta turbos, Volkswagen had installed a different turbo in this car than later models. The turbo in this car is a lot more aggressive than it would be in, say, a 2003 or a 2004. So I'm on the highway now, and I'm driving to one of my favorite roads so I can test the car out and see how it is with the new suspension. I haven't really driven it that hard yet, so it'll be interesting to see how it is. The thing that I like about this car is when you're on the highway and you're doing around 60, 65 and you want to pass somebody, you don't really need to downshift because fifth gear in this car is right where the boost kicks in, where it sits at like 60, 65 miles an hour. So if you put your foot down, it just builds boost and the car just goes and it picks up a lot of power. So it's a lot of fun. Then, if you need to downshift, it does that all right too. Getting off the highway now, and I've made my way to my favorite road, so let's see how the car handles. Okay, here I am. Let's see how it does. Wow. Immediately, there's a big increase in turn in. The new suspension, and it just keeps you in the corner. It's great. Wow. I want my sunglasses to fly off over here. It just feels great. It's so planted. Big improvement over the way it was before. Slow it down a little bit. Wow, immediately turn-in is really improved, and also exits of the corner. It doesn't understeer like it did before, and I think that really helps, especially you know, to go through the corner faster, to be have a better line in the corner, and I am really impressed. I mean, that's the hardest I've driven the car with the new suspension, and I'm happy. It's really nice improvement.